In today's video, we not only lost the audio for the first clip, but we are going to install the biggest, cheapest window I could find at Home Depot. So when I say biggest, it's the biggest picture window I could find that they had in stock. It was a 60 by 60 window, and by cheapest, it was the lowest cost for a 60 by 60 window I could find online. So with this low cost, came with no wind rating, no R value rating, no design pressure rating. The more I read, the less it was actually rated on, but it had 150 reviews, all at 5 stars, pictures, and many people talking about how great it was and easy it was to install. So I figured let's try it. So the first thing we did was inspect the window. You can see from the box, it looks like somebody put a forklift through it, so we wanted to make sure it wasn't broken. We looked, there wasn't a scratch on the window, so then we could go ahead and start with the installation. Before you start with the installation, or really even before you buy a window, you should make sure you can cut a hole in your wall. I'll leave that to you to figure out. So once you make sure you can cut a hole in your house, you want to measure the window and then measure the studs. So the opening needs to be 59 by 59.5 by 59.5 to fit the window. We're going to leave a 1/4 inch on each side, so make the opening 60 by 60 so that we can level out the window and put shims in, make it perfectly level. When we cut these studs, I know I'm going to need to put a bottom plate in, so the bottom plate's going to be 1.5 inches. Instead of cutting 60 inches away, I'll actually need to cut 61.5, and then I'll be able to put the bracing in. Now the next step is where it all goes wrong. What I should have done is remove the siding on the outside of the house before drilling through, cutting anything, but in this video I decided I was going to attempt to install this big window without removing any siding. So let's see how that goes. So once I got the bracket installed, I took a drill and drilled all 4 corners. And then I went outside and I marked lines between the corners so I had lines to cut. And then from this part on, it gets a little bit worse because it gets darker and I can't see as much and we're in a hurry. So the next step is we take an angle grinder and we cut down the lines to cut off the siding. We make all those cuts, we take down the siding. Next we need to cut out the plywood, so I took a circular saw and traced around the same line and cut out the plywood. Then we can put in the window. So we get the window positioned up, and at this point our attempt is to try and pull the siding back to fit the flanges under the siding. We realized very quickly without taking the nails out that were very close we wouldn't be able to do that, so we decided to cut a little bit extra back so that the flanges would fit right in. And last we screwed all the screws in. It is a new day. It is so bright in here. There's so much light. You can tell where the window is. It is a new day. It is daylight, and my God, that window looks beautiful. I mean, just how much light and everything it adds to the garage. It's huge. Great view to the backyard. Standing here in the sun, so warm. I am so happy with how this is turning out. We still have to put the insulation foam spray around the side. We need to put the J channel on the outside. I'll take you guys outside as well, but I wanted to show you from the inside because it's just got an amazing view of the backyard. You can see everything. When it's all cleaned up it'll be a lot better, but we'll be able to see the dogs play. I plan on putting the dog door over there, so while I'm in here nice and warm, they can run inside, outside, they can do whatever they want. They will love that. But yeah, let's go outside and check it out. Excuse the mess out here. So this is what it looks like on the outside. This is about perfect of how we were supposed to cut it. So overlap a little bit, the J channel will go under. It was dark, so we made some mistakes. And then here, we'll see if the J channel covers it all. But the thought here is, if I screw up the siding bad enough that I can't repair it, I will just redo all the siding on the garage in black, and then it'll give me a reason to. Otherwise, I'll just make this work and enjoy my beautiful big window. But I mean, this is just, it's so gigantic. It's letting in so much light. It is way better than I even expected it to be. This door is terrible. I'm gonna have to do, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, for that part, wow, it's amazing. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna seal up the window with the foam. So I got Loctite tight foam, says window and door. I just asked the guy at Lowe's what I should get. He said this, so I'm gonna trust guy from Lowe's. We need to spray this around the edge so there's not that much to fill To make it level, we did have to shift it up a little bit. In all of these gaps, there's a little breeze if you put your hand here, of wind blowing through. So I just need to take this and fill up all these gaps. So need to shake for 30 seconds. All right, it's all shaken up. 30 seconds of shaking. I need to remove the safety tab, so there we go. There's that. Now we're just gonna go around the edges and see what happens. There we go. There's the foam. So I'm just gonna do that all around the edge now. All right, screws are in. Now the J channel. So first thing I need to do, or J channel, I don't know if I'm calling it the right thing. I know it's J something. So anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from the bottom and then go up to the top, and the point of that would be to overlap the top, and so the water comes down, directs over the top, over the sides, and then over the edge of this, hopefully. So we'll see how all that works out, but the first step is I need to measure, I need to cut, and then put them up and see if I run into any problems. So we ran into problems pretty quick. You can see I already have the bottom and the side done. That is because I forgot to hit the record button. I have a piece of siding ripped off, which honestly I should have still taken it off even at this point, but at this point I was still pretty headstrong that I could finish it without taking the siding off. But there's no point in me showing you how I incorrectly installed the J channel, because I will be creating another video where I actually do this correctly with the flashing, wrapping, all that. But instead, let's talk about cost. We have the window coming in at $600, the J channel coming in at $20, nails, foam, the 2x4s for the framing, $20, and then the flashing, which I didn't get, but you should when you remove the siding. So a total of $660, and you can install a 60x60 window in your garage. So the inside of the window looks beautiful. From my limited knowledge on windows that I'm just learning today, seems like everything on the inside is great. So we have the foam all cut off. You can see it's nice and flat over here. Nice, and I still need to clean up the corners a little bit with a different blade, but overall the window's level. Shims are cut off. Foam's great. Inside is great. Outside, completely different story. So, as I pointed out earlier, I didn't know if I cut the siding too far away. Turns out the answer to that question is yes, I cut it too far away. Even if I only cut it to half of an inch to install the window, it still would be a little bit too much to fit the siding into the J trim. So what I should have done was remove all the siding around the window and then cut it out, and then measure the pieces and put them back, because that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. Not now, not in this video, but what I will be doing in the future, because right now there wasn't enough room. You're supposed to screw in the window, you're supposed to flash it with tape so water, air doesn't get in. It would be nice if the house was wrapped, so if I take down the siding I can do that, or the garage is wrapped. Neither the house or the garage are wrapped. But do all that, and then you install the siding. There wasn't enough room to really nail it in all the places I needed to, so it's definitely not done correctly or in the way I'm gonna leave it done. It is installed. It doesn't look terrible if you're not really looking at it. If you are looking at it, it does look pretty terrible. I think even from here you can see the cut there. There's another accidental cut up there, and then from this angle it doesn't look too bad. Once you go over here, you because some of these pieces I could slide over, so it's not terrible, but then some of these pieces not so good. So it is what it is outside right now. The window project is done. I have nothing else I'm going to do to it today or maybe even this month. I am going to finish it the right way eventually, but I need to decide if I'm but going to change the siding on the overall whole entire house to black, because me and Kylie have talked about that several times, or if I'm just going to try and get this same color, which would probably only cost me like maybe $50 in siding, probably even less, and just do this correctly. So I don't know what I'll end up doing, but it won't be in this video. This is the end of this video. If you learned anything about the wrong way to install a window, leave a like, subscribe. I don't know what the other thing is, but yeah, any of those. And I hope you enjoyed the video.